Hey, what's up with it, y'all? Welcome to my podcast, Cold Narratives. I'm your host, Iceberg Green. About to let y'all hear some of these cold narratives. Check it out. What's up with it, y'all? I'm back. Been a minute. It's been so much going on in this world. I don't even know what to report on anymore. But today, I thought about, a long time ago, and when we first got our first black president, and I looked at the laws and the policies and the way he got in there, based on, hey, I'm speaking for the people. We're going to start a movement and equality and all these things, but it was the total opposite. And to me, he started this wave of destruction for black people, all these different policies that come in effect. He's the one in particular, I believe, started all this. So y'all, I'm gonna take y'all back. Y'all got to remember Oscar Grant, the situation where he was shot by the sheriff's deputy, and that following year, that's when Obama got elected. And y'all remember the situation with that. Y'all remember it was a protest. And this was before Trayvon Martin, Stephen Clark. This was before all that. And, this, you got to remember, he was in office when this happened. Police brutality was at an all-time high, just like it is now. And he was in office. That's why I say he's the culprit to me, and the way to shift it for black people. And all these different laws and policies that kind of like just put everybody in a bunch with us. You got to think that one movement led to another movement and another movement for black people. And you know what happened? Everybody's seen that. And that's when Alicia Garza, I think that's when she made the hashtag Black Lives Matter. And it attached so much stuff to our struggle. It wasn't just about us. It was about everybody. And that's what ended up happening. And now we're seeing the effect of the Obama effect. That's what I'm going to call it. I'm sure y'all remember Johannes Meserly. That's his name. I'm sure y'all remember that guy. And that's where it all started. Y'all got to think. Oscar Grant. Y'all got to go back. That's when he first got in office. That's why I say the Obama effect. Y'all got to remember, that was the first one they actually filmed and had on camera when he shot him at the bar station. Y'all got to remember that. And Obama he actually seen it on video. And look at the response he made to that. Check this out.
I have a special responsibility to look out for the interests of every American. That's my job as President of the United States. And I wake up every morning trying to promote the kinds of policies that are going to make the biggest difference for the most number of people so that they can live out their American dream. It was a disappointing response, even if that disappointment did not manifest itself in his approval ratings.
And y'all got to remember, he got convicted of involuntary manslaughter, and he did less than a year for killing Oscar Grant. Y'all got to remember that. The Obama effect, when that happened and they was pushing Obama, hey, what you gonna do about this, bruh? His whole thing was, I'm here to help all the people. This was about black people. He said, my job as president to look out for all Americans. He didn't say look out for black people. Y'all got to read between the lines, man. He wasn't never really for us, man. The Obama effect. I'm sure y'all remember Troy Davis, that situation where he was convicted for shooting and they say killing Officer Mark McPhail. I remember that case. I remember that, and they were recanting statements. They were the witnesses and stuff, and it was crazy because the ballistic evidence, at the time hadn't even linked that gun that they say he killed it with the actual gun that the officer was shot with. So, after a million people signing petitions to grant this guy clemency, it was athletes, it was a bunch of people speaking on his behalf. And people thought that when Obama got in, this was something that he was going to address. And he did the opposite. And, Troy Davis was executed in 2011, right around the time Obama, was in there getting ready for his second term. And we still reelected him. So like I said, this is the Obama effect. In my perception, my narrative, like it or not, the Obama effect played a pivotal role in our demise. I just got to get this correct. So we get a black president, so he say, so everyone say, and you would expect, me being a Black American Foundation, I would expect him to look out for black people, basically knowing the struggle from hundreds of years ago. I really had expectations for that guy. And he let me down. He let all the black people down. He was a disappointment, a total disappointment in my eyes. This is my narrative, this is my perception. believe it or not. But the Obama effect played a big role in the direction and the demise of a lot of foundational Black Americans, not African Americans, foundational Black Americans, lineage based. Feel me? You got to think everybody that was Black, all Black people, and I guess we can say African Americans as well, were excited to have a first Black president, even though he was, a mixture. Um, we were excited. I was excited. I have to say that I thought maybe there was a chance that these policies would change and we would benefit. But you know what happened? It was a flip. 13%. I think it went up 13% as far as Black unemployment, and people still approved of this dude. And it was crazy though, because after people realized our Black people's unemployment rate were skyrocketing, they still was supporting him in like 2011. And he still got, his presidency back, despite calling Black people Pookie and Ray Rays, talking about Black fathers. And he didn't attribute that to the prison system and how a lot of the fathers are in prison. He didn't do too much for Black people. And I'm just keeping it real. The policies, the hate crime bill never happened. We didn't never get equal rights as far as housing, as far as jobs. Everything kind of twisted with him, and it had everybody confused because they thought he was for Black people. But like he said, he was for everybody. That's why you had the LGBT movement. That's why you had a lot of these people making these statements about Me Too and all. He's the culprit, man. And, just to end on this note, I want y'all to think about all the policies that he was able to pass, and he could have did a lot more with his presidency, with this police brutality, the prison rate, the Obama effect. So, leave a comment, man. Tell me what y'all think about the Obama effect. Y'all have a good one. Iceberg Green, Cold Narratives. I'm out. I want to thank you all for tuning in. I also want to say God bless those going through the struggle, and make sure you watch out for them cold narratives that the government trying to push on us, y'all. And to all my Black people, I will be nothing without y'all. God bless you all.